Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Brothers in Red podcast, presented by me, James Double, aka LFC_J Dubs, and my brother
Ben Double, aka Dubs_LFC.
Long time no see. Lots have been happening. Do you want to fill the people in on the big news?
Me? It's your fault we haven't been live.
I have had my baby.
Yeah.
We welcomed our baby on the 7th of March, and we're currently recording this on the 23rd of March. So we've had almost 3 week hiatus from doing the podcast. Apologies to all 1,000 of you, but we are so back. And so are Liverpool. No, not again. Okay, cool. How's life other than that?
Other than what?
Liverpool.
Being an uncle?
Other than Liverpool.
Being an uncle?
Exactly.
Love and life as an uncle.
Yes, you are. For the record, Hudson was born on the 7th of March, and Ben has been at my house 10 out of the 14 days since then. Any care to comment?
I love him.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Before we get into the actual podcast, I thought we'd just have an opener about the big result yesterday. The Man City Arsenal Carabao Cup final. What did you read? Did you watch it?
No, I've seen clips and yeah, I thought City would win.
Did you?
Yeah, Arsenal bottlers. Serial bottlers.
I genuinely, like, every single bone in my body, I was like, Arsenal will win that game. I just think they've...
Pep's different.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a final.
They had done enough from both aspects of the game for me to be like, they'll probably go into this with so much confidence that they'll be able to do it. From the game, because I did watch it, for the first half, City largely dominated, possession definitely, but struggled to actually create any chances. I think it was like 30 minutes in, not even one chance created. A couple of close ones, but not a single chance, whereas Arsenal had 3. One should have been an easy slotting goal for Havertz, and he didn't. Good saves. It's like a triple save by Trafford. But, yeah, very even first half. Could have been 2-0 to Arsenal for all that happened. Second half, City literally just came out and were like, yep, we've won this now, thank you. Other than the fact that they had to rely on Nico Riley to get the goals, who I was actually really chuffed for him, because to be a youngster, come into that squad and to cement his name so many times over and over, and to get the winners in a Carabao Cup final in probably Pep's last year.
Especially probably when there's more noise around like Doman and stuff for Arsenal.
Yeah.
For him to turn up and do that.
And to a much less similar extent, and I'm not comparing the two, almost like a Virgil van Dijk effect of he's a youngster, but because he's playing for City and starting every week, it's expected for him, even though he's a talent. I don't actually know, did he get called up for the England squad, do you know?
I think he might have.
He deserves to, 1,000%.
But at the same time, like, what are we classing as youngsters these days? Because Gyökeres is 21. I feel like
under 21 is, isn't it?
His age.
Yeah. He's still a youngster. He was Young Player of the Year last year.
Class.
How can you be Young Player of the Year and not be a youngster? But I think you're right, though.
There's a different rule for that, though.
Oh, okay.
I think, because I think Harvey Elliott was still playing for under 21s when he was like 22, because if you start like the season under 21, you classify as or something.
I'm just going to quickly try and find the squad, but okay. So is he there? Yeah, he is. Asterisk. Oh, so he won't join until after Friday's game with Uruguay for some reason. Thoughts on Trent being left out? Just complete tangent here. We've discussed the Carabao Cup final. Arsenal bottled their first opportunity to win a cup.
Don't know, I haven't watched enough of him.
Of who?
Trent.
Oh.
You said thoughts on Trent being left out?
Oh, it's just controversial, isn't it? It's a big thing.
Yeah, he hasn't played enough.
Yeah, fair.
They aren't playing what, like, I don't know. Tuchel said, like, 'cause he's been questioned about it. He's like, I know what Trent offers me. But, yeah.
Yeah, he said it doesn't offer him what he needs. We'll go back to the Man City Arsenal game, though. Do you see this impacting Arsenal's rest of the season?
If they get to another final, yeah.
What about Prem?
No. I think that's basically done.
That's done?
Yeah.
Right, well...
Unless they start... if they lose 2 on the bounce...
Yeah.
If they lose 2 on the bounce and City win 2 on the bounce, I think then they start cracking.
The third game is City.
Yeah.
So lose 2 on the bounce, City win 2 on the bounce, and then City beat them. Yeah.
Done.
It can crumble quite fast. Right, get on the rest of the show. Nice introduction there. What's to come? We've got moment of the week as usual. We've got the hot takes quiz from 2-3 weeks ago now, where we ran out of time because we had such a long intro. We're going to get on to that. And we're going to take a quick look at the Champions League of the games potentially to come. And now we've seen how people have fared throughout. But first, we will review, not in full, but in part, all of the recent games that we have yet reviewed.
Do we have to?
I'll call this a shit game sandwich. So, starting with, I'm going to combine Brighton and Spurs because I think there's so many similarities between the performances. Brighton's marginally more acceptable, but I think the general vibe of the games is very, very similar in my head.
Just boring and slow.
Boring, slow, and just lacking any intensity when potentially the team's there to be had.
100%. And I think Brighton having Salah and then Ekitike going off impacted us. As in Salah not starting and Ekitike. From Galatasary to that, I think that's a big impact for us personally. It shouldn't have impacted us that much, but looking at the Brighton game, that game should have been 1-0 to us. Technically, if you think about it, I reckon Welbeck was offside. I don't think that's offside at all.
You don't think it's offside?
No, I think it is offside. I don't think that's onside. I think they fucked that up.
Yep.
And then I personally think the first goal should stand, but because Muani's got cancelled, then that should be cancelled. This is the consistency we're talking about.
It was after Muani's where they said the rule is 2 hands on the back is a foul.
So that's a foul then. Okay. So it shouldn't have been a goal. So technically we should have won that game 1-0.
Fair.
So that is still, I'm not saying we played well.
We didn't deserve it in the slightest.
We didn't deserve it in the
Looking at the stats, they thought, I didn't watch the Brighton game. I was completely busy, so I didn't actually watch it.
Yeah.
Saw those highlights, but
I watched it.
Don't really tell you much about the game.
Again.
But by all accounts, they ran us ragged. You had James Milner teaching Liverpool how to play with intensity.
I don't think it was run us ragged. I think a lot of social media is blowing up shit and concentrating on negatives now. I feel like one negative thing and everyone blows everything out of proportion. I think it was a close game. I think we didn't deserve to win. We weren't as dominant as we should be. But at the same, I think Brighton game sums up our season. We have someone go, our only striker fit, goes off injured after 8 minutes. We have our starting keeper and starting right wing, after smashing Galatasary 4-0 in the Champions League, injured and not playing. And then to have 2 goals, which shouldn't have been allowed, to go against us in one game, causing us to lose. It doesn't, meaning we lose.
Yeah.
I think that sums up our season.
I agree. Year. It's a really, really good analogy. I really like it. Like you said at the start, it shouldn't have impacted us as much as it did.
No.
But actually, I had a caveat to what I was about to say. I was going to say when you prep all week for it and the game plan goes out the window within 8 minutes, then it's hard to bounce back. There's loads of questions at the minute around how much Liverpool prepping. Something like they had 1 session on the pitch before the game.
I don't understand either, the fitness levels.
Yeah.
Because on rotation, those every so often, the first time we played Brighton, when we smashed them 3-0, that was a similar performance to the Galatasary. I'd say once or twice a month we turn up like that. That needs to be every game.
Yeah.
But the fitness levels don't seem to be there, and the sharp levels don't seem to be there to be able to do that every single game.
Agreed.
I don't know whether it's too much training or not enough. It's either or. But
I think it's not enough.
Yeah.
And I think there's a world where, this is why it's such an impossible question, because there was a disrupted preseason with everything that went on with Jota. There was loads of change. So again, disruption in terms of how you're training, because it's not all intensity, it's learning the player system. Disruption through the amount of injuries we've had. So people are playing different roles, learning different roles every single week. And then because of those injuries, people are playing more, so they're more tired. So when you get to this later on in the season, it is understandable to an extent. But these are professional football players. This happens to the best of the teams, and you do not see them as legged as they are. Ekitike getting rested for a game, coming on for 30 minutes and looking like the most tired player on the pitch. How is that?
Well, it's the most minutes
actually
he's
possible?
ever played in a season before already.
There you go. And the
Already.
fact that we don't have Isak as his backup and all those things.
Even Dan's has even been injured.
That is the whole conversation topic of the injuries making an impact.
Did you see Chiesa?
He's pulled out from...
He's been sent home. Not pulled out. He's been sent home because of fitness.
He's been sent home because of fitness?
Italian squad have sent him home because he's not fit enough. Fitness issues.
What does that say about us?
Exactly.
That says everything. That screams...
To me, a starter being sent home is slightly better because they've been playing every single week. If Chiesa was starting and he's not fit enough, whatever. But for someone on the bench that is fighting to start, how is he not fit enough?
For someone that went through a whole year of he's not had a pre-season, so he's not fit enough, to then be this year being the year.
Yeah.
How is that a thing?
It might be an injury and they're just covering up with fitness issues, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me. And it goes back to Slot's not pushing him enough. He isn't facilitating their energy levels. He's not facilitating them to their cardiovascular levels to be able to cope with 2 games a week.
And there's a thing here where I always bang on about it. With the Klopp's regime, I am such a fond believer of rhythm.
100%.
And he had the rhythm not only of you play a consistent way and you get the best out of the team Saturday, Wednesday, and it's just like it's pedaling on a bike. It's fine. You're going to get through it. In training, he went 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
And after bad games, he did 2-a-days. He had injury issues. The massive caveat to what I'm saying right now is Slot has injury issues. He doesn't want to make them worse, and it's too late to recover the fitness this season. But if we have the same issue next year, serious questions are raised about midweek training.
Yeah.
Because I know Slot has given days off.
Yeah, 100%.
And every now and then, maybe it happened with Klopp, but not as frequent as I've seen it.
Also, why don't you give an afternoon off?
Yeah.
Have them train in the morning and send them home early.
Yeah.
As long as you're training and doing cardio every single game to a day and to improve, then...
And the whole having a balance, I get. But when you're having this season, you don't get that luxury.
No chance. At the start of the season, we said Maka looked legged. He wasn't up to match fitness, and he just played him through it. But at the same time, those players that you don't think are fit, why don't you put them on a regime to get them fit?
Yeah. Especially if you're not going to rotate them in.
100%.
Chiesa being the example. And Chiesa comes up with injuries all the time, so they're probably a little bit of nursing him.
Yeah, 100%.
But he should be aerobically ready.
He shouldn't. If it is fitness issues, there is no chance he should be sent home. He should be from Italy.
Yeah.
He should be ready to burn the 90 minutes because he doesn't get it at Liverpool.
Yeah.
He should be
and there is a thing of match fitness rather than
100% sharpness. But to be sent home from training when they don't even know his match fitness,
to not be worthy of 60 minutes. You don't have to be 90-minute fitness. You have to be 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's training.
Yeah.
He's clearly lag behind everyone else, which I think shows you what we're seeing in games.
Also, one thing I will say is, depending where the training is, the climate could have impacted it, but that's just given benefit to the...
Yeah, I'm not going to take it. Because I think everyone has their issues with the fitness this year. And that banks the question as well, or kind of half answers it, of last year being so successful because of Slot was leaning on Klopp's fitness.
100%. Because that was still embedded in the players.
And I think Slot was incredible for taking his foot off the gas 10-20%, nullified any potential injuries. We had basically a full fit squad the whole year, and we won the league because of it. The issue is if you then don't re-increase that 10% when you need to, if anything, I feel like he's gone back another 10%. Now, and this is the analogy I want to say, Klopp used to train at 100% and play at 100%.
Mm-hmm.
His play would then be 110% because they can go harder because of the training.
Yeah.
If we're training at 60%, our 100% is no longer 110. It's probably more like 80% relative to what Klopp used to do.
90% with Anfield.
Yeah.
On a UCL night. And other than that, I don't think...
Yeah.
Galatasary is probably the closest to... 3 or 4 games this year, we've reached that 100%. That is what we should be playing every game twice a week. We should be at that level. Galatasaray, Brighton, Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I don't think Arsenal, we were dominant or anything.
The
there were
first
good
Arsenal
wins.
game, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe because
And
I think that was a
was
really
it
good
Inter?
performance.
I think we played well against Inter.
Yeah.
Like a handful of games this year that I've been like, this team can't, like the potential in this team is absolutely unreal, but it just needs a foundation of fitness.
And this is where I really struggle because I really want to give so much benefit of the doubt for so many things that have happened this year,
100%.
which are forcing all of these situations.
I've had this discussion so many times
and
as
like,
well.
it's such a hard toe to line because I see so much where it just leaves a sour taste that it makes it hard to argue. But at the same time, I still don't think I'm slot out fully yet because we're still progressing in the Champions League. We're lucky. I'll ask the question, are we lucky of the results going on around us, which means we're still in the top 4 race.
It will be top 5.
Yeah.
It's top 5 now. It should be top 5 to get Champions.
Yeah, completely.
And then apparently if Villa win Europa, it's top 7 or top 6, top 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So even more sort of thing.
Yeah, because like if Liverpool or Villa finish 5th, so Villa finish 5th and they win the Europa, it goes to 6th. So if Liverpool and Villa are like 5th and 6th, it goes to 7th. 7th could get Champions this year.
Yeah, mad.
Everton could end up in the Champions League next year.
Mad. Yeah, it's hilarious. But yeah, so we were getting very lucky with the results in and around us at the minute. And so we're in the FA Cup and we're progressing in that as well. I'm on the team of you let him play it out because you never know. Some of the injuries might start coming back. Some of the games may be more favourable.
Isaac will be huge.
Isaac back, yeah, things like that.
I think him and Vert would be unreal together.
And if everything starts to click, we may see what is actually Slot's game and not this mishmash. Because the highlights we see when we see it, and Slot actually said it, because we'll talk about the Galatasary game now briefly. And I want you to talk about the setup. Yeah, we'll get onto that. But talk about the setup, because I know you noticed something different in the formation and things like that.
What I've been calling for?
Yeah.
So, obviously, everyone's been slating Salah this year for his performance, basically.
Output, yeah.
And I think we might have discussed it last time. Like, he hasn't got the pace anymore to knock it round a player and run like Frimpong, for example, can do. But there's been a couple of games this year, I can't pin them on the head, where I'd noticed as soon as he's in the just inside channel, like the right forward channel almost, going into the 18-yard box, he's still dribbling around. He's got the technical ability, his passing, his vision, and he can still shoot when given the chance. I've been screaming for him to play closer and then Frimpong as the overlap. Whereas I think there was a game where like Frimpong played right wing and he got dropped or something. And I was just like, what are you doing? You're literally choosing to play Frimpong right wing and Shobo right back instead of playing Salah. Like it's those situations that frustrate me. And then as soon as we play Salah closer to the goal, look what happens. It creates the space. It creates the Frimpong bursting around to like he can create space and like the cross in, the cutback, and then Salah gets his assists and all the opportunities. Like it still isn't Salah peak Salah, but he's still one of the deadliest players on our team if you put him in that channel.
And is the game changing around Salah as he changes? And you mentioned with Ronaldo and Messi both had a very similar transition. Getting Salah into the game
instead of just sticking him on the touchline,
rather than on the touchline, where he's often isolated, commonly two players pinning him. He can't get a cross out. He can't
even get the pass out.
He doesn't have the pace or potentially some of the dribbling caliber he used to have. Yeah. I think close he does.
I think close, yeah. I think that's the difference.
Get him in the penalty area and he'll
doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Get him in the penalty area and he'll manage to get through people.
Yeah.
Try and make him do like
he used to.
Like a Barcola or someone like that, like burst down the Doku, for example.
Yeah.
He hasn't got that anymore. No. Which is why you have Frimpong. But I resonate your message of why are you starting a right back at right wing and a centre mid at right back when you have...
Our best centre mid this year so far.
Yeah,
right back.
Exactly. When you have the best right wing to ever play in the Premier League as your right winger and you have a right back playing at right wing. Like, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. Other than you're setting up specifically for something to do with them. But even then, I think you're in a net negative.
100%. I'd say if I was Slot, as in obviously, I would I would have gone what I said first. But even if he wanted to try that because he think it would work, would you not just wait till the second half to see what happens before experimenting like that?
Correct.
If you know what I mean. Like, we'll go for our players in their natural position to get the best out of them. Shobo is a solid right back, but his best position is in that middle of that part. Frimpong's best position, in my opinion, obviously more his best position is right wing back.
Yeah. He's definitely being an advanced winger.
100%. But still, in the team, right back's fine.
Yeah.
Like, in my eyes, he's like a Walker, just not as, like, built.
Yeah.
He's got the pace to make up for mistakes, and we've seen it, and he's got the pace to get forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then you saw it in Salah's heat map, in the juxtaposition between the two types of games where he's put out on the wing and he's brought in. The one thing I'll give Slot credit for, and potential credit, it could be feigned just because it worked, but he said the last time we tried this was Inter, where it worked really well, and then we had 3 injuries, which meant we couldn't do this formation, and we've not been able to do this formation until Galatasaray, and we've done it and it worked well, and now we've got injuries, so we can't do it again.
But what injuries are stopping him?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know. And I'm not...
Frimpong's been fit. Like, that's the only one that I could say.
Yeah, I think it was Bradley got injured at the time and Frimpong was injured at the time. But why you don't then try it for Brighton? Maybe because they have a different setup, but...
Well, Brighton was Salah's injured.
Oh, yeah, of course. There you go. Yeah, that was it then. So Galatasaray into Brighton. He couldn't do it again because Salah's injured.
Yeah, we should have played... Who played right wing?
No, Frimpong won it, and then you had...
Shobo, right?
Shobo.
No.
Jones right back? I didn't watch it.
Came on. Jones came on for Ekitike, I think.
I didn't watch it.
Maybe.
I should tell you. So we started with Frimpong at right back. It was so.
Gyökeres playing instead. Yeah. So yeah.
That was the lineup, was it? Maybe I was just say Vert's right wing. It would be more 4-3-3, wouldn't it?
Well, Vert's would have, even if it was Vert's and Maka swap.
Yeah.
There's no way Maka's playing the 10 over Vert.
No. Anyway. But yeah. So there's a world where that is actually the formation that we want to do.
Yeah.
And he's just unable to actually get that like fluid rhythm that we've talked about and the formation he wants to play because of injuries and because of situations.
Well, yeah, so we say 4, basically 2-2-2. If that's what we're saying. So like Gravamaka, Verts and Shobo, Ekitike and Salah. And then when Salah goes, that's Isaac. Ekitike, Isaac, Verts and Shobo behind him. With the Gyökeres and Frimpong down the wings. Yeah. And I think it works.
It definitely works. And you have your Graven, who you say Gravamac?
Gravamac.
One of them drops in, sits in as a CB when you're attacking, so you have 3 at the back, whilst the 2 fullbacks bomb on.
I will just say 1 point on the whole. Every time you ask me slot in or out, it's always I don't know, and it is still I don't know.
Yeah, same.
It is. I feel sorry for him in respects to Jota. In respect to the injuries, the pressure. It is a very hard year. At the start of the year, we said we'd accept top 4 because of Jota.
I think I said I'd literally accept anything, and I do still to an extent stand by it.
But I think...
as long as the motivation and attitude is there, correct.
I think the thing that puts me off of Slot at times is his attitude. By now, Klopp would have come out and blamed himself to take pressure off players, and he hasn't done that once. No. He doesn't take responsibility for anything, and I think that's what leaves a sour taste at times. Yep. He tries to find an excuse for anything. And fair enough, there will be excuses, but sometimes you just got to take one for the team. Just say, my bad. Like Klopp used to all the time. He never blamed his players. He never called them out. And it was always, I'll take it, but I'll give them shit in the dressing room, basically, because they played shit.
Absolutely. And I think Klopp used to operate, I'm pretty sure I saw an interview with James Milner, where he used to operate in the point of view of, if you've had a really shit game, he comes in and he's calm. Yeah, he's chilled. He explains it. He talks about it. He doesn't blow his lid off. You're having a great game. He comes in and tells you 6 things you've done fucking wrong, and you just rip your head off. Like, he knows how to boost you when you're up and keep you when you're down. And I think you're right. Slot probably comes in and analytically, regardless of the situation, rips you apart. I think there's a world where Slot is an excellent coach.
Tactician. He's an excellent tactician, I reckon.
He's a Pep Linders.
Yeah, 100%.
With a slightly less character again.
Yeah.
But he is a really good coach. I do not see him as the manager that can do the job of Liverpool. And that's the thing I'm coming to realization of, is he doesn't have the ability to really connect with the fans, which you don't always need. But following on from Klopp, I think you needed a bridge to get to this guy.
I also think,
and things had to go well.
If you're not going to have the connection, you need to get the results.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, because the whole thing is we're boring. Yeah. And again, still feel sorry to him for all of the stuff that's gone on. Injuries, everything to force this out. Even literally football changing year to year. 100%. So it's a completely different game. I feel for him. But, like you said, you've got to get the results. And if you're not, you need to win the fans in another way. Because if you're playing boring football, people are paying money to watch, travel, support, and everyone keeps calling out the fans for not supporting when you're half falling asleep at home because nothing's happening.
If Arsenal weren't winning on top of the league, they'd be exactly the same. They'd be calling for Arteta's headbutt now, the last 2 years, if they weren't doing as well as they have.
They're competing. Yeah. It's literally different. Yeah, there you go.
If they dropped down to competing for top 4, they'd want him gone because of the way they're playing.
There's a world where people don't care the position. We could be in literally carbon copy position right now if every single game it's felt like every single player and the manager
going for it,
and we're creating and it's exciting and we're marginally losing. We're getting there. You can see the bluept. You can see the players. You can see the attitude.
Up every so often, like sorry.
Yeah, my bad. Or that was good. And praise a youngster. Bring on a youngster. Make it exciting. Make it dynamic. At the minute, it's static. Everyone knows what's happening. We'll talk about the Spurs game really briefly. I knew that was going to be a draw.
Yeah.
I knew from about the 70th minute that was going to be a draw. Because literally it fell flat.
Yeah.
We started stepping backwards and I'm like, I've seen this 7 times this year.
No need to step backwards. Like this is like you said, I think you said the thing before where like Klopp used to go out and try and kill him off in the first 20.
Yeah.
Slot tries to do it in the last 20, but it doesn't work because he has to throw a kitchen sink at it.
Yeah.
And then all shape goes out of the game then. And what positions do players have? We've got like 5 attackers on the pitch at that point. Or we play up front.
But this was a scenario to Spurs where we have the lead. And yet you just know, for one reason or another, this year,
100%.
Your reliable players are going to fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Robbo had insane game the game before. Had a good game for the most of that game. Fumbles it, passes it to Moane, who passes it to Richarlison to score. We're not clearing our lines. We're not doing basics. And that's not on Slot.
No.
The mentality has to fall on Slot. Because it's what you're teaching them. It's what you're putting in their heads.
But this is also, again, down to man management. The whole Konate has been hit and miss. He hasn't been in his normal self this year. I think it started off with Jota. Real Madrid talks, obviously. Mm-hmm. Probably he doesn't know what to do. Then he loses his dad, wasn't it?
Yep, but then went on a run of about...
He came back and smashed
8
the games.
Elite games.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally the Konate.
The motivation. Yeah. Would have been for his dad, but like...
And he had a falter. Absolutely fine. People were allowed to falter.
I find it crazy out the rumour that Madrid were no longer interested in him. And then all of a sudden it's back that they're interested in him again.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like, everyone's like saying, well, they didn't want you when you were playing bad. But now that you're playing good again, they all of a sudden want you again.
Yeah, all right.
But anyway, it's been a hard season. I still don't know.
And I just think, this isn't me speaking for people, there will get to a point where I think they will have no choice. If he loses the fans any more than he already has, if he loses any of the players, you think there's going to be a refresh. There's going to be a Salah gone. That headache is going to go for him. If he loses any of the other players that aren't currently a headache for him, it's just no coming back from it, sort of thing. It's so hard to manage that situation.
I think he's in a risky territory already.
Yeah.
I think the big one is Salah going. That's his probably biggest headache because he knows if he drops him, there's still going to be uproar and whatever. And I still think partly Salah was trying to take pressure off his players because he wasn't seeing Slot do that. Yeah. I have a thing. I just have this
as a leader.
Tinfoil. He took the pressure away from the team because of that situation. But you get like Salah goes. Say Robbo does go. I know we're offering a contract. But say Robbo does go. You're left with like youngsters that have just come into the team. And then Verge has 1 year left. So forget about Verge, Robbo and Salah a minute. Who do you look to in that team? You look at Shobo. And Shobo isn't going to put up with shit, in my opinion. I think Shobo is one of the ones on the edge of, like, doesn't trust Slot.
Yeah. And I think Shobo would also leave if
100%.
if he had to.
I think there's a risk if we don't get Champions this year, he could leave.
Yeah.
If Madrid come in for him or something.
My thing, and it's the one thing I wanted to raise as well, and it links to what you've just said. It links back to the point we made about even the fitness, and it links back to the James Milner point, which I'll wrap up this segment with, of him teaching them a lesson in intensity and how you're meant to behave on a pitch, and being dogged and getting through it at his age versus these youngsters. And it's the culture. If you oust all of these players, not oust because that's wrong. If these players all leave and you refresh and you churn it, and you've had this season with all of these new players, and you're about to bring in more new players, and then you lose Robbo, Virgil, and Salah.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe even Ali.
There's no leadership. We turn into United.
There's no leadership and there's no culture. There is zero intensity culture there.
We turn into United.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have a Milner barking at you. You don't have a Robbo barking at you. You don't have a Hendo barking at you.
No.
And Virgil's not the captain to bark, and that's absolutely fine. But even if you lose Robbo and
there's
Salah,
that clip of Milner having a go at Verge.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's who you're missing in this team right now.
100% agree.
Obviously, I think Robbo can be that, but from left back, it's harder to do. And him not playing as much.
90% of it for me though is on the training ground. I think if you lose Salah showing up before anyone else by about 6 hours, and then you lose Robbo who turns up on time but shouts at everyone.
I think someone else commented on that, didn't they? I think there was a clip saying, "No matter how early I turn up, Salah's here."
Yeah, I think that is Robbo, to be fair.
Yeah,
which tells you everything. And then come back to the culture. Did you see Virgil's comments? I haven't got it in front of me, but
I can't remember.
It was after the game. They're talking about intensity and disappointment and stuff, and how they're going off to international break and all this. He's like something along the lines of, but he was surprised at the number of people he saw in training. And there's a theory that it was an optional training. People didn't have to go for it, and barely anyone turned up. And for me, that's culture. That's one. Why are you giving an optional training?
For starters, why are you giving a fucking optional training?
Yeah, I'm guessing it was because it's the one before international break. But why are you giving an optional training when
we've just lost?
We've just lost.
You get those lads together. You do something positive. Even if you do half a day training, half a day team building,
football, tennis, whatever.
Literally, just spend time together after a loss.
Yeah,
and that's all you need to do.
And
but now just
show the intensity. And he's like,
because Slot went straight away, didn't he?
Yeah,
Slot went back to Netherlands, I'm guessing.
And he's like, I was surprised at the people I saw at training, and I took that in one or two ways. Of we've got so many injuries, Ali, Salah, and Ekitike.
I guarantee they were all
probably weren't there. They probably were, but
they could not turn up for France.
Oh, has he? Okay.
It was a dead leg.
It was literally a dead leg. So yeah, if they aren't all there because of injury, but maybe not. Bradley's not there. Isaac would be there. Yeah, he's probably there.
He's in his own program.
Yeah. So I can understand why maybe injuries, but I still expect every single fucking player to turn up.
I want to know who. Yeah, I really want to know.
It could be hearsay. It could be nothing. It could be a lie. Like, it could be just Twitter.
Because people were saying like Vert's travel straight away, but I don't think he would.
Anfield Papers, it could be as simple as that. But yeah, it felt like a weird thing for him to say.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like I was surprised there were so many injuries, because he can't be surprised.
I'm glad he said that if it is calling out.
Yeah.
If it is calling out the squad.
Yeah.
He's not naming them, but he knows that he will now be questioned and the team will be questioned about it at times.
Yeah. We'll move on. We won't go into... Actually, last point on Galatasary. Bunch of divers.
Oh,
literally flailing all over the floor.
And then apparently
condolences
they were cheated out of the game according to their fans.
Yeah, and then they show clips of them repeatedly diving.
They're obsessed with us right now.
And then
it's mad.
The thing I will say is condolences to the guy who cut his finger.
Oh, 100%. That is just unlucky.
Have you seen the potential news?
What?
Of Liverpool might be kicked out of future European competitions for breach of providing a safe stadium.
That's Enver paper, surely.
Yeah, I got that vibe, but it was like, it wasn't any of those things. It was like a news sport
freak accident. Who's got the? Isn't it Old Trafford that have the drop down pitch?
Don't know.
Like everyone's been injured because it's sloped, and they've fallen into like the thing before.
Oh, I don't know.
And they've been warned about it. Like it's just a freak accident. How often does that happen?
No. Well, I've never seen it happen.
No.
And the thing that happened was he ran into the board, put his finger in between,
wasn't it? And then he pulled out. Basically, probably nearly de-sleeved himself.
Yeah, and the clip went off as he did it. So the thing that stops you trapping fingers went off as he rammed it. So then it actually rammed his finger. But
that is unlucky.
very
Well,
unlucky, and
that's nothing
condolences. But
What do you mean? Like,
to use it
do you
against,
think we're trying to do that on purpose? Like, what?
no, it's like breach of like you have to do your own safety
Health and
standards.
safety,
But
yeah.
yeah, I thought it was a joke as well. But yeah, they dived all over the place. They were pathetic as a team. They literally wanted to ruin that game,
100%.
and I still think the ref gave them a lot.
Oh, they did, 100%.
The one of Salah when he's through on goal basically, and the guy just fell on the floor.
I don't know, like, from a
and everyone laughs at him.
yeah. From a Galatasaray point of view, I would have wanted Osimhen off straight away as soon as he got injured. He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I was so confused. Like, from a Liverpool point of view, it was good that he stayed on because he just wasn't involved.
No.
He wasn't even trying because of his arm.
And
like, there's a certain level where you're like, I get you're trying to do this for your team, but at the same time, we've got Ekitike and Sani on the bench. Like,
yeah, I couldn't believe as well of his people blaming Ibu for breaking his arm. I'm like, it literally hits his thigh.
it's another freak accident.
He was just a machine.
He's running.
And like he didn't even actually go into him properly.
Literally.
He just turns into him.
Yeah,
It's a joke.
it happens.
Right, Champions League outlook. Obviously, we have actually
We're winning it.
progressed in the Champions League. PSG absolutely demolished Newcastle.
Have you seen? So
Wait, was it Newcastle? It was
You're
Newcastle.
gonna be
Wasn't it?
talking about this anyway.
Was it Newcastle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got
No.
confused about who played who. Barcelona beat. No. We can just get it up. That's fine. So yeah, PSG absolutely demolished their opponent, which we will find.
Chelsea.
Now. Was it Chelsea? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Chelsea because they were on our side. Yeah. So 3-0 at Stamford Bridge, 8-2 on aggregate. A bit of a joke.
Chelsea have fallen off though.
Yeah. It was Barcelona. that
Also,
beat Newcastle.
Ban PSG from UEFA competitions.
Why?
If they move another fucking game because of it, they've got to look into that. That is unfair advantage.
Mm.
Like, they're at the point where they're literally playing the team that are second, 1 point below them, in between. Or like, yeah, so us in between or whatever on the Saturday. And I think it might Ren or Lens or something like that.
Ren, I think.
And they don't want to swap it, obviously, because they're like, oh, well, there's 1 point in this. Like, we could actually win this year.
This is the benefit to us. You're playing Liverpool.
Liga are literally saying, if we want to swap it, we can. We don't need both clubs' permission.
But why?
At what point in UEFA do you go, that is unfair? For two reasons. Your league's fucking...
You're choosing PSG over Ren at that
Yeah,
point.
100%.
Or then, whatever.
100%. But this is what they did the year before as well.
Well, they did
And
it
this
for
is why
the
they
game
got so
just
far.
gone.
Yeah.
And the team accepted it and moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, it wouldn't surprise me payoffs.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if League One want to do it so that they are the best team in the... As in the best league in the world because they have the best team in the world. Massive quotation marks there.
I think it's a joke, and they should be looked at.
Yeah, it's sickening.
At least with La Liga, they don't delay as much, as in they don't reschedule, but they can rest the whole 11 because half the league is uncompetitive.
And I think is it Germany? Is it German league where they have a winter break?
Yeah, Germany have winter break.
Yeah, so they have a benefit as well because of when they play.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, PSG demolished Chelsea, 8-2 on aggregate. Real Madrid demolished City, 5-1. Barcelona demolished Newcastle, 8-3. Bayern Munich demolished Atlanta, 10-2. So, PSG, just now look, how confident are you in that game? How
Depends who's
different
fit.
and how different do you think it will be versus last year?
Depends who's fit.
Yeah.
But I think if not everyone's fit, because I don't think everyone will be fit, but if Galatasaray starting 11's fit, I feel confident. If we come out like that.
Potentially plus Isaac.
Yeah, even if he gets 20 minutes, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I am more confident than I probably should be.
I don't think so. Like, probably should be. Because I think
Champions League's a different ball game.
whenever
we said about it.
Whenever we
players want
came
it
up
more than
against
Prem.
an elite team, City, Arsenal,
Real Madrid.
Inter, who are top of it, Serie A, Real Madrid, who are second in La Liga. Whenever we've come up against the elite teams, that's when we thrive.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we have thrived. When we come up against
PSV.
Tottenham, PSV, Burnley,
United.
any of those is when we lose or controversially draw. So I see it as an open game, but I see it as a game where if we don't have any mistakes, and massive caveat, and it comes back to your Galatasaray point, if we have Ali back, I think if we don't have Ali back, we don't have a chance, and that's not against Mohamed Dashvili.
Yeah.
That's looking at last year,
performance, 100%.
and it was a Courtois against Liverpool type of performance. I also share your confidence because second leg's at Anfield.
Also, they don't have Donnarumma this year, though.
They don't have Donnarumma this year. Yeah,
Who is their
exactly.
keeper? Is it Lopez? No. Probably pulled a name out my arse then.
No, that's Chelsea. Safanov.
See something they got Lopez on the bench or something, just so I don't seem stupid. No, they don't.
Oh yeah, see Lopez down there. Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, and they don't have Donnarumma, so there's quite a lot, and I don't see them having massive change in their squad in general, like huge change.
I think it will depend on their Saturday.
Yeah,
because they're not going to be able to rest players that Saturday either. I think that's the biggest issue for them.
Yeah,
they can't even rest any players because they've got to go for the win, else they could lose Liga 1,
which is mad. So say we get through, because that's the whole point of this.
It'll be Bayern Munich.
You think it's Bayern Munich, not Real Madrid?
Yeah.
So Bayern Munich being deadly with what? Diaz, Kane.
Although I would prefer Madrid.
You would prefer us to play with Madrid?
Just to fucking knock Trent out.
I mean, fair.
We've beaten once this year. Do it again.
Go there. Don't win a single
Vinny's
trophy.
face fucking crying again.
We'll literally do the cry emoji back to him. I hated that. I don't mind banter in football, but when you're
Also,
doing it, even though you've been shit, I hate it.
I think us going Galatasary, PSG, Madrid, Barca to win the Champions League is going to be awesome. That would be unreal.
Imagine being a Barca fan in the final and having to play Liverpool. Like, none of those players were there, I don't think.
They're playing PK still, or not PK. Busquets still hasn't tweeted.
Yeah, hasn't
tweeted.
Like, yeah, it would be hilarious. So yeah, you're saying Bayern Munich probably, but you'd fancy Madrid.
Yeah.
I just see it's Madrid. Like, in my head, it's just Madrid. They're almost like inevitable to an extent.
I would agree with that, but I'd say Bayern Munich's attack is clinical.
Fair. And
I think that's
Real Madrid are leaky.
Yeah.
City had opportunities. City could have buried that game.
Like from my opinion, City only have Haaland to be clinical. Yeah. Whereas I think Elise, Kane, all these players can be clinical. I don't think Diaz is clinical. I'm just going to put that there. I think he's given too much hype this year.
I think he's been good, but I think
it's the Bundesliga though.
Yeah.
He has even said in himself this year he did not expect to have that much time on the ball. Yeah, and that says everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's still class, but he's never been a clinical goal scorer. That's what I'm saying. Like, he will pop up, but
number 43, who's unnamed, came on, so I don't even know who that is. But yeah, I agree with you in terms of their attack output, but they didn't even play all the team there, and they still won 4-1. At least they didn't even play. So it will be really interesting, but I could see a world where either way happens. Like I say, Madrid are inevitable, but Bayern, I agree with you, are probably the better rounded team. I don't see Madrid as a good squad.
Kane isn't going to miss a chance.
No.
With the I think with a player like Kane as well, being in a weaker league almost helps him. Confidence-wise, because he has more shots, so he gets into a rhythm more. Mm-hmm. Whereas Spurs, he wouldn't. He'd have to drop back to create, whereas he knows he doesn't have to do that, and he can be in his natural positions to just finish.
Yeah. And, like, this is the thing I've always said about Kane. I've
always rated him.
He is a great finisher.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably one of the best finishers you're ever going to see.
It's like that, though. Yeah, I'll carry on.
No, he's probably one of the best finishers you're ever going to see. I would hate... I've always said about England and having him. I would hate to have my squad built with him in mind because of his tendency to drop back and not be where you want him to be and things like that. Like, he'll get the goal, but could you have done so much more if he was a different type of striker? That's always been my issue with him.
That's my issue with that type of striker. Yeah. Benzema, Kane, even Haaland now, but Haaland's like a machine.
But like Haaland's not getting goals.
No. That type of striker, I'd pick Luis Suarez over them any time. Like any day of the week. It's a different quality.
Literally a no-brainer.
Create something out of nothing, assists, like scores absolute...
I'm trying to think of like...
disgusting goals.
Even a step down, and it's controversial to say a step down, but thinking of similar types of that player, you got Alvarez, Dybala,
yeah,
Aguero.
I was going to say Aguero is the other one, like that, like was peak, like if you're naming, because Benzema's won a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Like if you're naming Kane, Benzema, Haaland, all those players, Suarez, Aguero, David Villa, like Torres, like that type of fast, get at them, got the skill and ability instead of just like a target man that can just shoot.
Yeah, Henry.
I prefer the other type.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm completely with you. And I think Haaland's the epitome of that at the minute because he doesn't have De Bruyne this year and they can't find him for shit.
No.
And the second you can't find him,
he doesn't score.
He is
the rest of
literally
the team
useless.
Have been recently, yeah.
No offense to him, but he is useless.
Yeah.
The second he gets a chance, he does usually take it. But if he's not getting any chances and he barely ever touches the ball in the box now, yeah, it's mad. So yeah, we're going to say I'll go Bayern Munich. I think go through. How do we fare against them? Because of the clinical nature, I think that's a bad
I think
match.
it'd be a high-scoring game. I think they'd be leaky at the back as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
It depends on the confidence at the time with us.
Who do they just beat?
Atalanta, who beat us. So obviously a couple of years ago. But and then say we beat Bayern. Do you think it's Barca or Arsenal in the
Barca.
final? You think Barca do the job?
I think Champions League's totally different. I don't think Arsenal get there. They ain't got the ball to get there.
I think they just play a completely different game.
Like, this is everyone bigging up. Everyone's rinsing the Premier League at the moment because we're getting absolutely fucking dicked by everyone. And it's fair enough, but that's Arsenal's fault. They've changed how the Premier League is playing and how we are setting up every week to get used to low blocks and this corner stuff and all this kind of stuff. And you've got PSG, Barca, Bayern Munich playing football. And they're used to playing football, so they will play football.
Sure. Bayern Munich didn't play a Prem team and got the biggest goal swing.
Okay, PSG and Barca.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to just be like, everyone wind your necks in a bit.
No, 100%. I do agree.
Yeah.
With that. But going against the people that set the tone.
Yeah.
They're going to have to rely on a set piece to...
Yeah, completely. The thing I was thinking is how...
They might not even beat Sporting. No. Yeah, same.
Yeah, there is a chance. There is a real chance. Especially with the
strikers
form.
fucking
They're struggling. But yeah, so if we made it to Barca in the final, do you see us doing the job against them?
Yeah.
You think that's a done?
Like, the thing about all these teams... PSG is probably the most solid team. PSG is going to be our hardest game in the Champions League this year.
Fair.
Again, I think they are the most well-rounded team in defence and stuff. And everything. I think Madrid are leaky. I think Bayern could be leaky. I haven't watched enough of them, but... their defence doesn't scream to me like as solid as it used to be.
Yep.
It's not like Boateng, Lahm and all that kind of stuff like it used to be. I think physically, I don't see Barca being that good at the back either. I think also I feel like our players suit playing against Champions League teams more.
Yeah.
I think Vert is going to be absolutely rinsing these teams.
And a
because
perfect
of the
example
space.
of that is losing to Galatasaray away, but demolishing 4-0 at home. Because Galatasaray away is no different to most of the teams we played in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And it's the teams we struggle against. Galatasaray at home, and we open them up and play football. Yeah, I completely agree. I think none of those games can be replicated in the Prem other than the likes of City.
I think City, yeah.
Maybe an Arsenal when they play against us, but even then I think they're low blocked.
I think Arsenal is similar to Madrid.
That's fair.
I think City is Barca or Bayern Munich.
Or PSG. They'll play football and try and play through.
Yeah, I was only more thinking because Barca and Bayern Munich have Kane and Lewandowski, so City have Haaland.
Fine. Yeah, and we can take it to them and controversially get a last minute.
I think that's another reason why PSG is most deadly is because it's just fluid in attack.
Yeah,
or that their front three can play anywhere,
and they will cut you open, and we're leaky at the minute through that. Yeah. Can we win it?
We can win it. I think we can. Depending on injuries. I think that is huge. Who is available and who isn't, in my opinion.
Fair. Move on?
Yeah, go for it.
Welcome to the Hot Takes, the game where I try and get as many clips from Ben as I can for social media.
But then he won't clip them because he's a busy dad.
This is also facts. So, Hot Takes. You are going to rank the 10...
Can I say a hot take already?
Go on.
Declan Rice is what everyone said Jordan Henderson was. And Jordan Henderson is better than him.
Explain.
Why does Declan Rice get this whole big up? Like, he's the best player ever.
Player
he's
of the year, Ballon d'Or shouts.
Henderson. the same type of player, but Henderson was a leader and better.
Fair. It's not even a hot take. That's just fact.
Oh, I don't get why everyone is different for Rice over Henderson.
Rice,
because he's a bit faster, and that's it. Probably
a bit more athletic,
that's it.
but way too much for the cameras.
Yeah, 100%.
Way too much in your own head.
100%.
Rice is the one that said, "Let's not make any mistakes,"
And then
immediately made a mistake.
Yeah.
Rice is the one that made mistakes against City in the final, and
Yeah,
Rice
Ballon
is
d'Or shouts for 2 free kicks, and that was it.
and that was last year.
And Shobo's scored how many? Should he be winning Ballon d'Or this year?
5 now.
Right.
Yeah, I disagree with any of the Ballon d'Or shouts. I think he's a quality player now.
I think he's quality.
I'd love to have him, but I can take your hot take with no real burn.
Anyway, carry on.
Hot takes: 10 of the biggest Premier League signings this year. I will want you to rank them of exceeded expectation, lived up to expectation, still to be determined, or they flopped already. Going to go one by one. I'm going to give you their fee and rough position, and then it's the floor is to you. We will start with Pedro at Chelsea, £58 million forward.
Yeah, he's played well this year.
So, exceed expectation or lived up? Lived up.
Lived up to it.
Lived up to it.
I don't think he's done anything to exceed it, but I think he played well at Brighton last year. Came in, did the job that he was signed to do.
I
Hit
think
the ground running.
Marginally, I'll say this, inconsistent enough to live up to the expectation. Yeah. If he did what he did, 2 games ago?
Also, his attitude is fucking shit.
Yeah, if he did what he did 2 games ago where he scored the hat-trick, I think it was. Yeah. And obviously I'm not asking him to score a hat-trick every game, but take his chances every single game. Chelsea are probably clear and dry in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So that would have exceeded my expectation, though, because he comes from Brighton. Yeah, I agree. So lived up to. Eze at Arsenal for
flop.
60 mil or flop.
1
goal off Harry Kane's London derby goal tally.
That's all he scored against.
I don't know if that's true, but
he scored like 4 or 5 goals this year.
Didn't he score
against Tottenham?
He scored in the Champions League just gone, didn't he, to get them qualified?
I don't think it's his fault. I think he's misused.
He's underused.
Yeah, 100%.
I would probably, rather than flop, I'd say jury's out.
Yeah, jury's out.
He's showing.
I agree with that. I just don't think. I think it has gone from big fish, small pond to.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not playing enough.
I can take that, and that's the point. I think jury's out because he's shown enough for me to say.
I would love him. I think he's class.
Yeah, exactly. He's shown enough to be like, you're a top quality player.
Yeah.
If you're utilised, you could exceed expectation. At the minute, I'm not going to say whether you have or not. Cunha, £50 million forward.
I haven't watched enough of him, but apparently he's played well this year. But if we're going off stats, flop.
Yeah.
Because people are calling Vert's a flop, but he's got a lot less than everything on Vert's.
So this is the thing. I think Cunha is one of the things that has changed United's season. I would say lived up to expectation because
I agree with that.
He hasn't exceeded it, and but I don't disagree with your point. He hasn't exceeded it because the stats. But I have watched a bit of United, and when I've watched, he's looked deadly. So sure, you're the player I thought you were.
If
but
we're going off of that, like it helps the rest of it.
Yeah, fine.
So lived up to.
Semenyo at Man City, very short time period there.
Very short, but I'd say lived up to.
£40 million forward, making an impact. Yeah,
it's the rotation they need.
Lived up to is fair. My current thing for him is I already think he's
plateau.
I'm going to say no, arrogant. He's already a big name. He's already taking shots when he should be passing to the best striker in world football at the minute. And it happened in the Carabao Cup final where he takes a pop shot and Haaland is there, literally just right there.
Is he human?
Yeah. Well, like 3 or 4 times. And the amount of times he mishits it, overhits it, underhits it, so inconsistent in that one game, but on another game, deadly.
Yeah.
Like lethal. We'll just kill a game off. So lived up to sort of in that middle line is what you expected when you bought him, and I think they're getting good money out of him. Cherki, No, Cherki always leave a
enough,
sour
again.
taste. £45 million.
I don't even care. It's not
Did you
a sour
see
taste for
his
me.
keepy uppies?
Yeah. That just comes with the arrogance of City.
Really quality player. You can see the quality there.
Once they lived up to.
It depends on
Played
your
well.
expectation. If you expected him to
If you expected him to be De Bruyne, flop. 100%.
Yep.
If you expect him to be Harvey Elliott, lived up to.
if you expect him to be
Higher
David
for
Silva,
Liverpool.
flop.
It's the level that you want, and you're not buying him for 40 mil to be De Bruyne.
Agreed.
You're buying him for 40 mil to be De Bruyne's rotation.
Yeah.
De Bruyne's not there, but you get the point.
Yeah, agreed. I don't mind it at all. I think he's been a really good player for them. Solid. Not exceeded expectation because he's not dragging them through the games where he should be dragging them through. That's the difference. If he exceeded my expectation, it's he comes in and he gets them over the line against West Ham single-handedly.
100%. That is what De Bruyne does.
Yeah.
And that is what, as a 10, he should, to exceed, that's what he should do. So I'd say just lived up to.
Zubimendi, £55 million midfielder.
Lived up to.
I'm going to say flopped.
I just think that Arsenal team, he doesn't have anything to do. I don't think they are really.
So this is why I'm saying flopped. This is why I'm saying flopped.
He changes the game. I think any centre mid, you could put him into that team and they'll sit and do what he does.
Relative to why they bought him, the value they bought him for, and other than a few moments early season, because
he's rumoured to be off in summer.
I'm not surprised. Other than a few moments in the early season where he got them wins, like there's 4 or 5 games where he got them single-handedly the win. He was brought to play the progressive playing role. Declan Rice is playing that, so he's lost what he's meant to be playing for. They paid £55 million for him, and now he's a bit of a holding midfielder, but basically an Andre from Wolves.
Yeah.
And he's not doing too much more, which is why I'd say flopped. But if he played Declan Rice's role, I can imagine he lived up to expectation, and I'm not against that either. Gyökeres, £67 million striker.
Flop.
Yeah.
But they didn't need him.
I'm really proud of you for saying this because that is my prediction for the season predictions, and I now have it on record that you've already said flopped.
At the moment, it's only March.
Yeah, reel that back in.
You can win in the Champions League and then.
Yeah,
but I've called it out before. They didn't need him.
It is.
They need a number. They need a Firmino type player.
It's the epitome of Arsenal for me.
By a player that they don't need to stop someone else getting him or something.
And does a stupid celebration.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Like, 100%. They are a net. Like everyone calls them Netflix and chill now online because that's what they are. They are just televised. They are just promotional.
Yeah.
Like literally in your face brand.
Yeah. Like
they're more brand.
Arrogance, celebrations, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's almost like a trend.
He doesn't have the output. And what is it? He scored against. I can't remember who he scored against. It was a couple of games ago, but it's like lower opposition.
Yeah.
It's an easy win for them, and he scores, and he goes absolutely nuts and does a celebration straight away, really buzzing. I'm like, calm,
yeah,
come back, chill.
Yeah, I'd say he's flopped.
Yeah, agreed.
They can't go ask an Arsenal fan. I guarantee they don't trust him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They'll say Havertz over him every single day of the week.
If you want,
that was my point.
If you want someone to score you a goal in the 90th minute, who do you want to be in that situation? And I guarantee
and
they're
that's
not.
Even with Havertz missing his chance, they would still pick Havertz.
And it's not even that.
Jesus.
They probably don't even pick. Out of everyone this year, if I'm Arsenal's point of view, I'll go Madueke out of everyone.
Everyone? To finish it?
Yeah, maybe Rice.
I was thinking of people that have been lethal. I'm pretty sure both Trossard and Martinelli, basically every single time they get a chance, they finish it.
Trossard's a good shout.
Other than that, though, as a smilable, just because he does finish it.
But yeah, Gyökeres is nowhere near, and as your starting number 9, that shouldn't be a thing.
You can name 7 players that you'd rather take a shot than him.
Like, yeah, 100%.
That's kind of it.
But you're not going to say that about Haaland. You're not going to say that about Isaac or Ekitike. You're still picking them, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, every so often, some like Šeško, Vert, and Salah will be in those discussions, but it's not that like 7th or 8th down the list.
No, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, agreed. Flop. So currently, we've only got really one complete flop here. We got my partial shout for Zubimendi, and then you had a partial shout for Cunha. Šeško.
No, I'm not saying Cunha's flop.
Fine.
I was going off of stats, but
Šeško, 68 million.
That's a hard one.
For me, exceeded expectation.
I don't think he's exceeded. Like, if you're comparing to price tag.
But my expectation, even with the price tag, I genuinely thought he wasn't it.
I think he's got real talent. I think
Yeah.
he could be fucking unreal.
Every single time I've watched him, I genuinely am
I
like,
don't think he's played enough. Because he gets brought on all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I think it's too early to tell that from my point of view. I think he's done well.
How clinical he is.
Yeah,
I'm like, Arsenal should have got him.
Yeah, 100%. They'd be bagging him. Like
so
he's
much.
like a type of player that can, like Isaac. So Isaac, I don't put him in the Haaland and Kane type of thing because he can dribble and go around people and
like
create something. And he's similar to Šeško in my opinion.
Completely agree. And Havertz isn't a striker.
No,
for me, he's a 10.
Yeah, 100%.
They play Havertz as a striker and he does a good job. Šeško is Havertz as a striker.
Yeah.
And his clinical finisher, every single time we see him, he literally finishes something that feels impossible, but it's just instinctive. It goes in. It is an Isaac finish. It's a Haaland finish. So they know where the goal is. They don't need to look. It goes in. And I didn't think he was that player. So for my expectation of him, I thought
that's fair enough.
he was a Stonewall flop.
I
thought he was the worst striker you could have signed. Because I didn't know him.
No, I've seen clips, obviously, and I've seen people talking about it, and I think he's going to be quality. I think he's got real talent.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I don't think he's been used enough this year. So I don't think he's exceeded expectations.
Fair.
Almost, I don't know if he's lived up to it because he hasn't even started as enough to...
Yeah.
So I'd say it's still jury's out on him, but...
Now we move on to the two Liverpool ones. Hugo Ekitike.
Exceeded. We did not. I think it helps that we bought Isaac because everyone expected Ekitike to be his understudy.
Yeah.
But I think he's exceeded. But now, I don't know.
Now
The second half of the season, I'm like...
It's like balancing to live up to.
Yeah, because of his fitness issues.
Yep.
In my opinion. But that's, again, down to situations within the team.
Yep, fine. I'm happy with that. I would have gone exceeded and then happy with the... Almost like a bit of a sour taste at the minute.
Yeah.
That is the last one on the list. I've not even included Isak here because it's unfair. That's just jury's out.
Yeah, and like I'd say both Ekitike and Vert are similar in a way. I think jury's out. From my opinion, I think he's lived up to this is my argument with Cunha.
Mm-hmm.
I think Vert at times is the best player on the pitch for us creatively.
Agreed.
But he doesn't get the stats.
Because people don't finish his dinner.
And I think that's Cunha for United.
For me, yeah, I agree with that.
He changes the game for us, but people will not, especially rival fans, because they won't watch the game. They'll pick up on a mistake he makes, but other than that, like, he's so influential to our team. I think I'd say he's reached it for me. But
so I've said it a few times about how when we watched I'm going to say it was the Euros a couple of years ago, just literally watching Vert, and I was like, I would love more than anything for him to be Liverpool because of how highly I rated him. I don't need juries out. I've seen enough to be like lived up to.
Yeah.
He doesn't exceed my expectation, but that's because my expectation is multiple time Bundesliga player of the year, like wonder kid. So yeah, he's lived up to my expectation. He is insane. If people could finish their dinner, he would be bagging assists right now, left, 100%. Right, and centre. And people are blaming him for the shot side of his game. I just think you're asking someone to do something where they're giving you something else.
100%.
And you're complaining about this thing.
He's either assisted the assist all the time.
Yeah.
So it won't show up in stats. Well, there was a list of like people bigging up Bruno Fernandes, wasn't there? Of like 76 most chances created in the Prem this year. And Vert's top was 78 or something. I'm like, that says everything.
Yeah.
That literally says
in our
everything.
worst year. Cool. So let us know if you had any disagreements to any of those hot takes. I got involved as well.
Be interesting to see what Tommy says.
Yeah, very interesting actually. Leave comments below and we'll engage, and yeah, we'll see how badly.
Shouting you out again, Tommy.
See how badly we did. Moment of the week. I'll go for mine first. Salah's goal. Salah's stupidly amazing Salah strike after I called him out for missing those all the time. He's like, fuck you, James. Here you go. And puts it in top ends.
Yeah. I was watching with Edwin and Gideon.
Yep.
And I think towards the end of the game, they were like, I think Gideon asked, what's your best goal from tonight? We each said a different answer. I think that sums it up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sums up how good that 4-0 was. What was it? I think Edward picked Showbo's because it was his weak foot and it was first time and it was unreal. I love that finish.
It is a perfect finish.
So good. Obviously, I think I must have picked Salah's. And then what were the other two finishes? Trying to think.
It's been quite a while.
I think he said Ekitike. I think his was the build-up for Ekitike.
Which one was Ekitike? Yeah, it's the second one. Which
was like a nice build-up and pass to him, I think. I think it was more the build-up that got him.
Yeah, no, I do.
I think it was Vert's chip through ball, I think.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I think that's Salah passing across to Ekitike.
Yeah.
I think that's what that was.
Yeah, it was because he was he offside, wasn't he? And he wasn't. And then the Gravenberch one was
Salah's rebound, but that was Vert's again.
Yeah.
Creating Salah's.
All three of those, yeah.
Like,
Involved
this is what
in
I'm
literally
saying.
everything.
All three of them.
And then Salah involved in pretty much all of them as well.
Yeah.
Kind of proof in the pudding.
And we said that before Vert's got injured, that they built that relationship.
I haven't actually looked at the stats for this game since. 28 shots, 16 on target versus
That's different though.
Galatasary having 2 and 1 on target.
Yeah.
I knew it was dominant. I didn't realise it was that bad. We supposedly got 14 fouls.
That's the difference of Salah playing inside is the shots compared to shots on target.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you play them out wide, we still have that many shots,
It's
but
harder.
everyone's taking them in different positions because you're not close to the goal. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
Because even the shots on target led to goals because there's a rebound out.
Yeah. All right. So you're going for all the goals? I'm actually going to give an honourable mention for Robbo's goal because that was a fucking joke. This is quite a way ago now. It's been 2 weeks.
That was absolutely unreal. That was a screamer.
But that was a joke. That was silly talk. Thank you for listening to the pod again. Sorry for the delay because I've had a baby, but we're back. If you've enjoyed it, then leave a like, rating, subscribe, comment, get involved. Tell us about our hot takes and how bad or good they were. And yeah, make sure you're following on all socials. I've been James.
I've been Ben.
You've been listening to the Brothers in Red podcast. You'll never walk alone. See you directly.
See you directly.